Hi, my name is Andre Cohen, and I just want to say thank you for joining us for this particular training. Micro-inequities and discretionary effort. One of the things that we need to understand is that all too often when we've talked about this thing called diversity, what ends up happening is that we have two conversations simultaneously happening, and so people have no idea what we're really talking about. When we talk about diversity and inclusion, what we understand is that diversity and inclusion is actually an end around. It's a way to get to try to get to affirmative action goals and methods without actually having the accountability. And so what ends up happening is that we have these two conversations. One is about equity in the workplace, and the other one is about compliance, making sure that we're doing all the things that we need to do to be an equitable employer or an equitable person in an organization. And so what I'd like to just spend a little bit of time talking about is the difference between diversity and inclusion and actually affirmative actions. And so when we talk about diversity and inclusion, one thing we know is that organizations are not designed to take care of us. It is up to the individuals in the organization to make sure that they take care of the individuals, because the organization is designed to protect, preserve, and procreate itself, to keep itself going. And so there's not, so sometimes we get confused about policies and procedures, but we shouldn't be surprised because they're not actually made to benefit the humans inside the organization, but the organization itself. Having said that, it is our responsibility to build up and nurture our human relations in the workplace. What we know is that when that piece of the puzzle is taken care of, people are much more willing to help the organization continue to do what it's designed to do. And so when we talk about diversity and inclusion, that's what we're talking about. We're talking about people empowering, educating, taking care of each other in an organization. When we talk about affirmative actions, or we talk about discrimination in the workplace, what we're talking about is a legal process that can only be remedied through legal processes if those interpersonal relations, if those human relations pieces have fallen down or fallen short. And so when we end up talking about diversity and inclusion, or we talk about diversity, we get confused because those two conversations are happening simultaneously. And so and that's what kind of leads to this conversation about micro-inequities and discretionary effort. Because micro-inequities are all those things that happen on the human relations level that accumulative could become discrimination, could be remedied by the courts, by arbitration, could lead to these liabilities that we have. And so it's important to understand that perspective, that micro-inequities are on the human relations level that lead to, if unchecked, can lead to discriminatory behavior, discriminatory actions. And so I really want to make those two pieces distinct. What we also know about micro-inequities is that there's a direct ratio between micro